Hello, I'm Amelia and I love sewing. So today I thought I'd try a version of a challenge that a lot of people do online where they do something in 1 minute, 10 minutes and an hour and see how they can improve. So things like drawing or learning a piece on an instrument, something like that. So I thought I'd give it a go with some sewing techniques. However, I don't think there are many techniques that will take a full hour. So I'm going to do 1 minute, 2 minutes and 10 minutes because I think that'll be, well, it'll be funnier to watch me fail to do it in 1 minute and 2 minutes. So we'll see how I do. So today I'm going to see how well I can sew a hem. I've got these sort of scraps of fabric that I had lying around. They're about, I think they're just over 1 metre long. I measured a shift dress that I had to see what the hem of that would be. I'm going to see how I do sewing I think a 1.5 centimetre hem on each of these, one in a minute, one in 2 minutes and one in 10 minutes. So yeah. Oh, also I'm not going to sew them into a loop as though it was a dress because I think it'll be easier to see the fail if they're just in a straight line. So let's imagine they're a shirt or something with an open front. Also I'm going to use contrasting colour thread so we can more easily see the fail as we go. Right, so 1 minute. I'm not sure I'll even sew it all in 1 minute, so let's have a go. I'm going to start the timer. I've got the timer on my computer here because I'm filming on my phone and that's what I usually time things on. Okay. I'm scared to press go. Okay. Right. Oh, I've wasted so much time. Oh my god. Okay, I can do this. Oh, sewing machine on. I'm sewing with a 1 centimetre seam allowance, doesn't really matter. Oh yeah, also my sewing machine is really, really loud, so I don't know if you'll be able to hear me talking while it's... Oh god, 30 seconds! Yeah, this was a mistake. I didn't quite get to the end. I had this far to go. Okay, I'll assess them all at the end once I've done them all. I might just turn the volume up on that because that wasn't very loud. Yeah, I'll compare them all when they're all done. Okay, so 2 minutes. So I don't know if I've got time. Maybe I've got time in 2 minutes to measure a couple of key places to try and make it a bit more accurate. Grab my pins. Maybe. I'll keep an eye on the clock. I'll spend no more than 30 seconds measuring because otherwise I'll run out of time to actually sew it because obviously it takes more than a minute to actually sew. Right, let's go. Okay, so I set the clock for 2 minutes. Right. Scared to press go again. Ridiculous. Okay, ready. I am pressing go now. Okay. Wow, that's 10 seconds already to do one thing. Okay, that's been 30 seconds. So I'm gonna, okay, right. Isn't really any more accurate than the one I did in a minute. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, I've got a minute left. Well, at least I might actually finish this one. Oh, one pin all the way down there. Okay, I'm going to try and... Ridiculous, this is absolutely pointless. The measuring did not do anything. left, so I'm just going to measure the last bit. Oh, 5 seconds. Oh, yes. Okay, so that was at least I finished it. Had a bit of time to actually measure. Just gonna snip those threads off. Okay, 10 minutes. 10 minutes is where my sweet spot is going to be, I'm sure. Okay, so for 10 minutes I think I can actually fully measure it. But I might actually just grab my seam gauge because it is quicker. Yeah, if you don't have one of these, definitely I would recommend it. It makes it so much quicker. So this little notch here is 1.5 centimeters, so you don't have to keep like getting the end of the tape measure and all that kind of stuff. This may be cheating because I didn't use this the first time, but I didn't have time to really measure or pin anything the first time, so first 2 times. Right, here we go. I'll just set up the timer. 10 minutes. Okay, ready, start. Okay. Wow, this is going to be fascinating footage, eh? Just watching me pin something that you can't see because it's slightly out of view. Okay, so that has actually only been 1.5 minutes. So maybe I should have done it 5 minutes and not 10 minutes. But I think maybe what I'm going to do is fold the hem under twice, because I've got plenty of time to do that, and that's what I would do for a normal, like a hem on an actual garment. You'd never just fold it up once. By the way, don't put pins in your mouth. I keep doing it, but apparently it's really bad, and there are horror stories of people inhaling pins, so I don't want to do that. So it actually took only just over 4 minutes to pin that, so I definitely should have set the limit at 5 minutes and not 10. But I'm just gonna sew it and see how long it takes. Let's see. Because if I actually do 5 minutes, I've now only got 30 seconds and I wouldn't have wasted so much time. Okay. Left. Be funny in a completely unfunny way if my bobbin ran out right now, right? No matter how much time you have, it doesn't mean you're accurate. So I had just less than 3 minutes left. It was on 2:47 when I stopped there. So yeah, you live and learn. Didn't need 10 minutes. Okay, so I've moved my sewing machine out of the way just so I've got a bit more room to have a look at my handiwork. Let's see. Okay, so no surprises. 1 minute is not long enough to sew a more than 1 meter hem. Who knew? Obviously, I didn't finish. There's this much that didn't get sewn at all. I obviously didn't have time to measure it at all. The stitching line actually doesn't look too bad. I'll hold it in front of my face. I mean, it does wave around a little bit. Yeah. But I obviously couldn't measure it at all, so this is the other side. So you can see it just is waving about all over the place. Let's see. I mean, it is 1.5 centimeters there. Yeah, it's like 2 centimeters there. Well, 1.7, 1.6, 1.6. Oh, it's actually, it doesn't waver as badly as I thought. So maybe the stitching line isn't quite as straight as I thought. No, there's definitely a section there where it waves up quite significantly. That's actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be, given that as soon as I glanced at the clock it was like, oh, that's most of the time gone. Okay, so 2 minutes. Let's have a look. So for this one I did manage to measure it in a couple of places, like literally 3 places over this whole length, so it didn't necessarily help, but it does look more accurate. See, the stitch line's a bit straighter. And on this side, definitely straighter. This is actually, it's slightly disappointing. I thought it was going to be a total train wreck, and they're not actually that bad. Yeah. Huh. Let's look at the 10-minute one. I didn't actually obviously need 10 minutes, as you saw. It only took about just over 7, and I probably could have done basically as good a job in 5 minutes. So yeah, I'll have to assess with if I do this with other techniques, how long I actually need to do stuff. So the obvious difference for this one is I managed to fold it under twice. I didn't actually measure the 2. So if I was doing a hem like this, I would measure it once, fold it up, probably press it, and then fold it up again. Obviously I didn't, well, I might have had time to do that, but I didn't do that. So I measured the full seam allowance and then just turned it under as I was going. So that's probably not the most accurate way to do it, but it looks pretty even all the way down. I mean, obviously I had to sew it with a narrower seam allowance because it was folded in half twice. Yeah, there we go. Not as hard as I thought, to sum up. I never actually timed myself doing these techniques, so I kind of just guessed how long things would take, and I thought, yeah, I think it would take, I'm sure I wouldn't do a hem in less than 10 minutes, and probably a proper hem you wouldn't, because you would actually measure it twice and press it and all of that kind of stuff. But if you're literally just doing, you know, scrap fabric that you don't care about ruining, then you can do it pretty quickly. And yeah, I'm shocked that 2 minutes was relatively accurate. But yeah, there we go. Join me next time for another video about sewing. Bye!